welcome along and welcome back to Frühling. It is January. We've moved through December because not much was happening. I have bought both my tractors in for repairs, so we scanned both of them. The Deutz ended up with 6 damages on it and the Fendt ended up with 4. We've repaired all of those, so if I jump in, yeah, we've got maintenance complete, so that's all 6 damages repaired on that. And all 4 damages repaired on the Fendt. So the plan today is that we're going to start off by jumping in the Deutz. We've got some stuff to sell off. If we look in our time-saving stock check, the wheat and the oat are both absolutely ready to sell, so we're going to sell both of those. The corn is really close to its best price, so we'll see how that progresses during the day, and we'll do that. And we do have 6,000 liters of milk we could sell today, but I do want to keep putting that into cheese. Speaking of which, the cheese is at best price as well, so we might load up some of that too. And we've also got lettuce approaching best price as well. That's only a couple of hundred under, so lots and lots of stuff to get loaded up and sold today. Meanwhile, I want to get the Fendt up and running as soon as possible, doing the ripper, getting our ripper out and preparing our last 2 fields for seeding, because after today what we'll probably do is jump forward to March and start getting next year's crops planted. So I've opened up the shed and we will get the trailer hooked up. We're going to sell the wheat first, followed by the oats. We might go and stick some of the wheat actually on our way through with the chickens, because well, we've got a lot of chickens. I actually want to sell a load of chickens today as well. Our chicken pen is full, and I think the older chickens will end up selling off, simply because with 200 chickens we've got no space for new chicks to be born, and we'll bring in a reasonable amount of money, I think. So we've got 10,000 liters of wheat, we've got 3,000 liters of oats, so we'll start with the wheat, and hopefully the best prices will hold. So max price 730, yeah, so wheat is good, oat is good, and we will keep going with everything else, hoping those prices increase for the other crops. And this opens inward, so we'll just back that off, get that open, and once we've sold this wheat, that should give us enough money to get the Fendt working. So getting things moving off quickly and then going from there. And I think the best place to sell this wheat is going to be the grain mill. So we'll top up our chickens, make sure that our chickens have enough feed to keep going. In fact, we've maxed out this, so we might go and refill, I think, if we can't get a little bit more. And not going to take too much, I don't think. Yeah, we're down to 6,400, so that's not too bad. We'll top up with what's left, and then we can go and sell all this and make a little bit of money, make enough, hopefully, to get going, and our chickens that we're selling should make up the difference. But yeah, there really is nothing more in there. We had exactly a full trailer sitting in that store. Now the grain mill is located in the middle of this industrial area here, so we'll pull in, and we have to go. The one-way system here is a little bit confusing. It seems to be a multi-way one-way system, but that's all right. We can pull into here and just tip. Yeah, they don't have to go one way through this. Tip this here and make ourselves a good chunk of money. That will get, yeah, that will get us back into the black. And I can start up the Xylon then, and we'll go and grab the ripper and get that started. The quicker we can get that started, the better, because light is short on supply today, actually. And so we need to get more of we need to get this working as quickly as we can. The ripper is over here. We'll get this hooked up and go from here. So I'm really of two minds. I think we're going to wrap things up on Frühling in the not too distant future. We might see if we can get one more harvest. I might see where we are next time and possibly even wrap it up then. But yeah, Farm Sim 22 is coming to an end, and I have ideas. I have stuff that I want to do. I think that we are going to concentrate on some more stuff for FS25 as that's coming out soon. We've got lots of supercuts that I want to get out because a lot of our series are still, we've not got out in that format, so I want to get a load of those out. I also have an idea to maybe go back and visit Elm Creek and see if we can maybe do a nice big goodbye to FS22 series on there. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see me do. Yeah, we've almost done, I think, as much as we can on here. I'd really like to get one more harvest out, I think, and see where we are. So a few more episodes on here before we clear up. But there we go. There goes our fence. That should start ripping up the ground here quite nicely. And so it's back to the farm with the Doit. We'll pull this back under the spout and get this loaded up with the oats this time. I don't think we want to drop the oats off with our horse with Hope. I think she's got enough. So we will just fill the trailer up with these oats. These want to go to the grain mill. No, there we go, the mill. So we'll tag that. We'll go and find that. That is actually down the other way. So we'll head out this way and go and get this tipped as well. Little bit of flutter as the snow starts to fall. And we're heading actually away from the industrial area over there and into here. Tip this. Just jump out of the truck to quickly clear that. And then we will tip this here. This is not going to make a huge amount. Actually, it might make as much as 6,000 thinking about it. 4,500. So actually nearly 5,000. That is not bad off just 3,000 liters. Oats pay really, really well. So they're worth grabbing and doing as a crop, especially if you need straw. So oats are great as a crop to get converted with straw and converted for a good amount of money. One thing I want to do with FS25 early on, I think, is do some comparisons of the crops and see what the most effective and best money-making crops are, and see exactly how well you can make money, especially early game. What should you plant early game to make as much money as possible, including taking into account the cost of the equipment as well. I think I know which machines and which stuff is probably the best way to go for that, but yeah, I really want to give that a try and find out. Right, let's go and grab our third crop for today, and that is going to be is that going to be the sunflowers, or is that going to be the corn? Sunflowers are not at best price. We want to sell those basically when we start planting everything else. So it is corn that we want to do today, and that is heading to the cereal factory. So we will go with the corn. This is going to take a few trips, so we're going to make a decent amount of money off the corn. We'll tag the cereal factory, right? And we'll go and unload these few loads of corn. So into the cereal factory, bring it round. We can buy this, and I do recommend getting a production early on when you're doing when you're starting your farm. They really do increase the amount of income you get from them and from your crops. And a simple one like a grain mill to produce some flour or something like that just does make a massive difference to your income. 9,311 plus 726. I think we've got 3 full loads to come from this corn. That is going to give us 30,000 to play with for the coming year. That might even be enough to get another field. That would be amazing. Second load in, and we'll try and get in here without too much trouble. It's quite tight actually to get this round and parked. Let's try and reverse it back, I think, and circle round. Yeah, my maneuvering is not great. There we go. Reverse this up and tip it into here. And that should be about another 10,000. Is this going to take us up to 28,000? Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. 28,213. Wow. We're going to be at nearly 40,000 by the time we've sold off all of our corn here, and we haven't sold off the chickens yet, and we've still got the sunflowers to sell off in a couple of months time. So last load of corn. Is this going to fill the trailer? 11. Yeah, this is going to fill the trailer. 11,325 liters. There's not much point actually in taking the very last little bit. There's only about 1,000 liters left in there. So I'm not gonna bother with that. We're just going to take this. We actually have a full pallet of eggs we could sell today as well. This is turning out to be a really good, really strong year, and actually shows how strong the farm is. So we want to move forward with this. Good, strong final year on the farm will make all the difference. And we could end up expanding quite a lot over the next year. But first, we've got to get this sold, and we've got to see what else we can sell today. So bringing in for the last tip. And around. Yeah. Get this backed up and into our sell point. That is quite an impressive amount of money we've made today. The fact that we're up to 29,000 somehow. We must have sold something else actually, because we hit 29,000 before we got here. 38,114, and yeah, how close can we get to 50,000 today? We've got to go back. I think we're going to put the flatbed on here now. We've got a load of lettuce to load up as well. So there's a load of lettuce. There's some eggs. There's some other bits and pieces. So let's get those loaded up next and get that sold off. We might sell some chickens off first and just cut the number of chickens down, because we have a full pen and no space for them to expand. And quite nicely, my fence seems to have completed its task. Let's have a look. It's at an odd angle. I think it's having issues with this edge. So we'll turn around and we'll just get this edge finished off with it. Before moving it on to the next field. It's done a grand job though. We've got one field done. We're about halfway through our tasks today, and so we will be nice and ready next time. Just rip through this edge here. This John Deere Ripper has been really useful on here. It does speed things up. It essentially acts as a 3-liter plow, which is great. So not so big that it feels cheaty, but just big enough that it speeds things up, and also is a little bit less difficult for a tractor like this to handle. So So round we go. That's that done. I think we were all right there, actually. And then around like this. So we have 3 fields to plant come the spring. We need a field of sorghum. We need a field of canola, and we need a field of corn are the 3. So we don't want that. We just want to start the hired worker off, and away it goes. Something else that we have quite a bit of down here is wool. We've got in fact, a fair amount of wool down here that we could sell. I don't think wool sells well though till the spring. Looking on here, yeah, best time for wool sale is May, so we really don't want to be doing that till then. We're good for we're good for a lot of lettuce here, so this is going to take a minute to load up. I think we have no water in there. It doesn't seem to be growing any at the moment, and these forks are so small they will only take one of these at a time, so I might have to try and stack them instead and see if we can load up too. Otherwise we are going to be taking a little while to get these all stacked, but certainly seems like I need to get some more water down here. Our greenhouse seems to have stopped producing. Not the end of the world, especially over the winter. That does kind of make sense. But we want to be getting back into producing more lettuce, because the lettuce really is a very good money maker. And seeing as our farm came with a greenhouse, it makes sense to use it. This little skid steer is quite maneuverable, and I'm very pleased to have it instead of the Xylon down here trying to fill these up. We want to get this on here straight, so let's bring that up and lift that, push that forwards, and then straighten things up. But yeah, loading on here is a little bit tricky. We've not quite got as much lettuce as I thought we did. It's now emptied and starting to, and we're basically working our way through. We're gonna fill the back part of this trailer. I am very tempted to sell the wool, but we know that we're going to be going through May. We're probably going to jump forward a little bit over the next year, just simply because there's only so much that we have to do on the farm. Let's lock that down. There we go, and there we are. That's those 2 locked on, and yeah, we'll get what 2 more stacks over the wheels, and then that will give us a very nice set of these to sell, and make a little bit more money, maybe get us that little bit closer to the 50 grand. I don't know if we'll make it there, but this is certainly going to set our farm up very nicely for the year ahead. It's a very cold way to be loading up lettuce. There's no cab on this, just the protective cage, and so you're completely open to the elements in this old Massey. I mean, at least you're not getting snowed on, but yeah, the cold is all around you all the time. That is the last of the lettuce loaded up though, and the last of our produce to sell today. So let's just drop this off here. I'll get this back up to the farm later, but we are in pretty good stead. Best place to sell the lettuce, price is beginning to drop, so best place to sell the lettuce is the supermarket. We'll tag that, and I think that is pretty much the far end of the map. So we'll head straight back through our farm and out the other side and go and get this sold. And the supermarket is actually located directly opposite the fuel station and the shop. So you should be able to pull this in here. We've had this before, where the unload is completely the opposite way round to how we want to drive in. Get off the corner of the building here and try and pull this in. That's selling. I think that's selling. Yeah, that's selling. Let that go down and slowly pull forward so that we make sure that we are selling everything off. There we go. That's selling off. I'm going to back up ever so slightly just to get that last little bit off that front one. On back into the trigger. There we go. I'm going to move these between and oh, not quite done in one go. Still, we're over 11,000. We're over 50,000, in fact. And yeah, this is the trouble with having everything right at the back. That last little bit. Just need to get that into the trigger to sell it. But 50,066. Little bit more from those last ones. And we are at 50,650. That is perfect. And the light is now fading on here to the point where we need to turn the lights on. So there we go. We've done a big sell-off. We've managed to get ourselves over 50,000. Of course, that will drop a bit. But we will pick things up in March and continue on from there. I think we might sell a few chickens off between now and then as well and just bring in a little bit more money. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.